Hello, I'm Incarnate, and today we're doing a playthrough of the game The Thing. The Thing is a sci-fi horror movie done by the director John Carpenter and is one of my favourite movies of all time. This is a very obscure game for a somewhat obscure movie, and I make no illusions that no one is probably going to watch this video. This is just for me, and for posterity. I thought I'd record it, and yeah, I've never played this game before. I have seen the movie several times. As I said, it is one of my favourite movies, and because no one's really going to watch this, if you get offended by swearing or anything that I say, don't give a fuck. So let's get into a new game. We're going to play this game on hard. And this game was released in 2002. So the graphics are going to be pretty ordinary.
Wake up! Bloody kids, get mine!
Now I'm assuming they were the Norwegians from the Norwegian base. So as I play this game, I make no apologies for any spoiler alerts that may happen. If you haven't seen The Thing, either the 1982 movie, the original, or the 2011 prequel, I suggest you go and see them
Whitley,
now.
what's the situation?
Not good.
What do you see?
Not a goddamn thing in this storm.
Have you found anything?
Well, your transmitter's down and everything else is foobar.
What do you mean?
The base is gone, Colonel. It looks like massive explosives damage. Any clues here are gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack.
Understood. Do a recon, see if you can find anything that'll give us an idea what happened. I could try to get the chopper back to you within an hour, but visibility's falling fast and the report for your area is not very good.
Okay. We'll make a sweep and report back.
Roger. Meanwhile, I'll check up on Alpha Team. Oh, Blake, just remember it's 40 below out there. We both know exposure could sneak up on you. Keep your team together and get them to shelter as quickly as you can.
Roger that. Blake out.
So yeah, first thing off the bat, the graphics are pretty ordinary, but I'm not playing this game for graphical fidelity. I'm playing it for a bit of nostalgia, and because I felt like it. So let's look at the tutorial. Blah blah blah. Text pop-ups will come up. Skip them by pressing escape. I haven't played this game before, so we're going to quickly peruse the tutorials. I suggest you read each tutorial at least once. Okay. It's 40 degrees below zero in the Antarctic, and so whenever you're outside, you'll suffer from the cold. An exposure meter at the bottom of the screen will show you how much time you've got left. Interesting, so obviously there is exposure in the game, and if we stay out too long, we will die. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Oh god. As you play the game, you'll be given objectives. These appear to be top left-hand corner of the screen, color-coded. Okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Check the status of all your objectives by pressing the F button. Okay. Cool. So we're in the game. Let's get going, and we're going to go and investigate what I believe to be Outpost 31 from the original Thing movie. Okay, so we're going to head in here because that exposure bar is rapidly going down. Cool. We can should stay warm in here, so that's a good way for us to avoid obvious exposure. Let's have a look.
Blake, you need anything repaired or even a simple bypass, and I'm your man.
If any of you take on any damage, get back to me ASAP, and I'll help you out. I'm not carrying any dead bodies back.
I'm locked, loaded, and ready to make shit dead.
I don't think anyone told that African American soldier that the MP5 is not pump action, but anyway. Soldiers always have a camouflage helmet on. Yep, engineers have the cap, and medics have a beanie. Okay, members of your squad are very much alive. Yep. They think for themselves. Be careful how you treat them, as they are all veterans. They will take you down if they decide you are acting suspiciously. Communicate with you verbally and with the use of icons that appear over their heads. Refer to your field manual. Okay, to interact with your team, press the Q button. The faces of any members of your squad, to resist close enough to receive orders, will appear to show you their current physical and emotional state. You'll see group command in the center of their faces. Okay, alright, so there's a squad menu with Q. As already been explained, your squad mates are intelligent people. They will react to your actions. So there is a trust mechanic in this game, and there's also a people management mechanic in this game, which is going to make things interesting. I don't know how that will tie into whether it's possible for your squad members to actually become assimilated by the thing. So I'll explain a little bit more about that later on, but the alien that you saw in the opening cinema is the titular thing. For those who haven't seen the movie, is capable of assimilating or copying anyone by simply attacking them. It usually will consume that person by pulling them into itself, absorbing them, and then it can eventually make a complete carbon copy of that person. So that person is virtually indistinguishable from a regular person. It will get all of their memories and their physical attributes. So basically, it will have everything that makes that person them. And the only way that a person will know if they're a thing is with a specific test. But we'll talk more about the test later on. Suffice it to say, I'm assuming these guys, as they haven't been attacked and came in with me, that they are not infected. And I may regret that later on. So it appears our first task is to, here we go, a junction box. It means you can do something by pressing the E button. Junction box is a basic one. So I'm guessing that I can, yeah. So I can fix the junction box myself.
Area looks secure.
Now, that looks like a Beretta, so let's go and see if we can pinch that. Oh. The old exploding computer trick. Okay. A member of your squad is in the kneeling state. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is a Beretta, and we can pinch that. Which I will do. And that looks like MP5 ammo. Beautiful. So, 9 magazines of 50 rounds to a magazine. That means we've got 450 rounds. See, I do have basic arithmetic skills.
Hold still and I'll fix you up.
Ah, sweet, that guy can heal me. I'm hoping that was just a convenient plot convenience and not explosives laid throughout the base. Now, if there's anything else out here of use. Oh, hey, that looks like a gun. Ah, an MP5. So I'm going to try and give my MP5 to one of these soldiers. So Q, he's got an MP5. He's got a Beretta. He's unarmed. A douchebag sends a soldier into the field without a gun. Machine gun ammo. I'm gonna give him all my ammo.
Okay.
Okay.
Area looks secure.
Okay, I should be able to grab some more ammo here. Sweet. So the other guy that's using an MP5, he's only got the magazine that's in it. So let's give him some ammo too.
Okay.
Wow, the box of never-ending ammo. I'm not complaining, everyone's loaded up. So yeah, a couple of little things to, no pun intended, things to note. The only way that we can tell if someone's infected by the thing is through a blood test. Kurt Russell's character MacReady in the movie works out that by burning someone's blood, by getting a sample of a person's blood and then burning it with a hot needle, or in his case some wire, the thing has a survival instinct. So because you're cutting off a part of the thing, each little piece of the thing will try and protect itself. Lock doors, okay, not all doors will require, okay, so we just need to find a key. So every little piece of the thing has its own survival instinct, so they can use that against it by cutting off a piece of it or removing some of the person's blood, burning it, because the thing is weak or averse to fire. And then if somebody, the blood reacts violently, it will actually move to try and get away from the flame, from burning it. And then you know that person's a thing. So it's a pretty simple test. All that you really need is a petri dish and a cigarette lighter and a needle or a piece of metal, and you can work out if someone's infected. So it's actually a pretty ingenious way of working out if someone's infected.
This is Pierce. Come in. Do you read me? Over. I need help. Do you read me? Over.
Oh, here we go. Better get inside, because there we go. There's a fire extinguisher. Now that could be quite useful in a game where we have to use fire-based weapons quite a lot. So let's fill this guy's gun up. He's happy.
Okay.
I'll go and get some more pistol rounds. Sweet.
Oh, this cold is killing me.
Nothing there. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether we can actually test if people are infected.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of a record. The storm's been hitting us pretty hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on. One other thing. I think it rips through your clothes when it takes you over. Windows found some shredded long johns, but the name tag was missing. They could be anybody's. We're all very tired. There's nothing else I can do. Just wait. R.J. MacReady, helicopter pilot, U.S. Outpost North 31.
So that was MacReady, the Kurt Russell's character from the movie. So we're definitely in Outpost 31, which is where the original 1982 movie takes place. So I'm guessing we're near where Blair attempted to make a vehicle to escape. Ah, here we go.
What the hell?
What do you think it is, Captain?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Looks like a goddamn UFO to me. This shit gives me the creeps.
Yeah, we're not alone in the universe and all that crap. Check it out and move on.
They're taking the fact that they found a UFO very well.
Oh, check this out.
So, again, spoiler alert, but in the movie, one of the members who gets infected, Blair, he's the smartest out of the group. He attempts to escape from the base by building a spacecraft. And I theorise that it's because the thing will keep the accumulated memories of everyone it's assimilated. Now, at the start of the movie, they find the thing in a Norwegian team, not the guys in this outpost, but the Norwegian team find the alien in a crashed spaceship, and it's implied that the thing passed the ability to build a advanced spacecraft to Blair upon assimilating him. So what the thing was trying to do was get out of this area. Now, unfortunately, it had the bad fortune to crash in one of the worst possible places for it to assimilate people. It's an area of Earth which has one of the smallest populations. Okay, so we might be able to fix this. Only your engineer can fix an advanced junction box. Okay, so we'll get our engineer to fix that up.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, if the thing had okay, we need an access code. If the thing had have crashed in an area like, imagine him crashing in California or even Australia, where I am, he would have very, very easily destroyed humanity. The virus has the ability to replicate the original biological entity, including the clothing. Now that's interesting because in the movie it can't. It actually has to put on clothes. And one of the arguments in the movie, a lot of fan arguments, was that certain characters change clothes, which gives you a clue to when someone's assimilated. Contact with the infected entity does not guarantee infection. It pretty much guarantees infection because everyone's dead at the end of the movie, pretty much. Another spoiler alert. Adrenaline hypo. You picked up an adrenaline hypo. Okay, I thought that might actually be the test. The titular test from the movie. I really hope there is an infection mechanic in this game. Because that would be really cool. If this is not just a regular third-person action game. The scariest biological entity I've ever encountered. I feel under the correct study conditions this good advanced understanding biology. Too true. Now, I'm really hoping that guy is actually proper dead and isn't a thing.
Ah, Christ, what is that?
Chill out. Everybody keep tight till we figure out what's going on.
Note that he's been shot in the head. Squad members are conscious of their circumstances. When they see too much, they'll begin to lose it. Okay, so that's interesting. We have to be careful that our squad members don't start bugging out. I can hack this computer. Compiled a 5-page report from the autopsy. So this looks like this is Blair's report from the movie. Yeah, discovering the Norwegian outpost. Okay. We're dealing with some self-repairing entity that can morph itself into different forms. Oh, there we go. There's a code.
That's the kind of information Whitley was talking about. I gotta find that report.
Now, it seems that guy's proper dead. Which is somewhat of a relief for me. An infected entity has the ability to fragment and survive. Every part of it is a whole. So, in the movie... Oh, here we go. Infected entity reaches the mainland. Global infection will occur. Yep. These are all Blair's notes from the movie. I remember him mentioning a few of these things. But, yeah, you can't actually kill the thing with guns. So even though we're all kind of armed to the teeth, if we actually do meet one of the things, I don't really like our chances of survival. Okay. Ooh, helicopter. Might be able to find some interesting stuff. No. What I really want to find is a flamethrower, because in the movie that's the only way you can hurt them. That looks like C4. Yep. Let's pinch that. That'll definitely come in handy. I'm guessing we just have to follow the lights. Now that looks like Childs from the movie. Let's find out.
Whitley, this is Blake.
What have you got?
One body, identification says Childs, no survivors. And what appears to be
One body? And what?
in some kind of unidentified craft. It looks, well, like a UFO. Colonel? Colonel!
Roger. I'll have a chopper there ASAP. There's a supply crate that was dropped earlier near the base. It contains C4 charges. I want you to rig all the remaining buildings and I'll remote detonate them from here.
Affirmative. I'll contact you when we're finished.
And that's interesting. That laughing was there's obviously a infected entity around here, infected thing. Now, Childs, again, another spoiler. The end of the original Thing movie ends on a bit of a cliffhanger with McCready, Kurt Russell's character, and Childs sitting there waiting for, well, waiting for death. It's implied that Childs may actually be infected by the Thing, but it never explicitly mentions if he is. There's a lot of fan theories around whether Childs is infected, and a lot of them stem again from the clothing argument. So when the Thing assimilates someone, it can't copy clothing, even though in the movie at least it shreds the person's clothing, and then when the person comes back they have to grab other clothing, and that's supported by the fact that if you look through the movie, the clothing is missing for some characters, and their clothing changes. This is one of the arguments for why people think that Childs was infected, because his coat at the end of the movie, he wears this like a very, very prominent blue coat, and at the end of the movie when he comes back and he's asked where he's gone, he's actually wearing a light coloured coat that actually looks similar to what like one of the other members was wearing. So again, it may just be John Carpenter messing with our heads, but it could also mean that there was a legitimate there was a legitimate chance that the Childs was infected. It's an interesting fan theory anyway, and for those, you know, the few people that haven't seen the Thing, go out and see it. It's a brilliant movie. It's literally the only reason why I'm playing this right now. So that's it for the end of the first level of the game. I'm going to save. Here we go. Audio recorders allow you to save your progress. Now, I got a little bit into the game. I played a couple of levels just to make sure that this would work with my recording software, but I literally only played the first 2 levels of the game. So I got a little bit into the second level. Everything from here on will be unknown territory. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll explain a little bit more about the background of the Thing and the movie for those who haven't seen it. But if anyone's watching this, I would imagine you have actually seen the movie. But in any case, it'd be interesting to see what people's thoughts are. Leave them in the comments. What did you think Childs was infected? What do people think? I seeing the body, it implies that he's not infected, so it'll be interesting to see what people think. Until next time, Skill Incarnate out.